The instructional learning strategy that I chose to share is a graffiti wall. So what a graffiti wall is real quick, it's just a teaching resource that can be used before, during, or after different lessons and units that you're teaching. There's lots of different media that you can do it on. Chartboard or chart papers, smart boards, whiteboards, and even tablets are great ways. These are also really nice for student engagement, collaboration, getting students to move around the classroom, but also to be able to express their ideas freely through graffiti walls. So for my lesson, I actually used it for helping my students with addition and subtraction and making sure that they understand the clue words in word problems that are helpful, and then also different strategies and things like that that they can use for adding and subtracting. So I would start by introducing the topics on the different chart papers. So these are our addition strategies. This would say subtraction strategies. A chart would say addition word problem clue words, subtraction word problem clue words, and then there might even be a chart paper or two that has maybe an addition equation and a subtraction equation. What would happen is you would break your students into groups and give each group a color of marker. And then they have 5 minutes to rotate through to the different charts. And they're going to add anything new that they might already know. So when they get there, they'll read what the groups before them have added, and then they know not to duplicate the same things. So they can add something different. But if they have a similar idea to what somebody else has already done, they can put a star or a smiley face or something next to that to show that, hey, we liked that idea. We thought of that too. But it's a great way for them to be able to show what they know at the beginning of the unit, and kind of express themselves through the different charts. But then at the end of the unit, when everything is finished, I pull the charts back out and I have students help me use a purple marker to add whatever they've learned. So if they've learned something new, if we learned a new strategy in second grade than what they did in first, we can add it to the board as showing growth in that area. Or if they learned new clue words for different things, we usually add those to the chart. So that way they can see this is where we started, but this is how much we have grown and learned in our unit. So it's really nice for them. I did go ahead and find some other resources on ways that it can be used in other people's classrooms in case that was helpful. And these are some of the places that I got some of the ideas that I have used. So the biggest one was the We Are Teachers website, and she has lots of great pictures with descriptions of exactly how she would use it in her classroom from anywhere that's educational, science related, math activity related, to even just fun fact graffiti walls that kids can do. I also liked the two YouTube videos. I found them very helpful depending on the type of technology that your school has available. Robert McKenzie's graffiti wall YouTube video is very much like what I do. I don't have access to technology, so it showed what it would look like for students to move around the classroom and go chart paper to chart paper and be able to add their information. So that's exactly what my classroom would look like, is my students moving around the classroom physically and writing on the different papers. Molly Eldridge, her school actually has tablets for students that they're able to use. And so she does activities on Nearpod and Padlet that show up on her smartboard. And so students can use their technology and are able to send those directly to her for everybody to be able to see. So it's kind of like a virtual graffiti wall. So I just really like the graffiti wall because for me, it gave my kids an outlet to express themselves and to not feel overwhelmed. And there was no judgment. They were able to tell what they knew and say, hey, I had that same idea, and not feel like they were excluded just because the idea was already there. So I really liked graffiti wall because there is no right way or wrong way. And it gave my kids some of that comfort and some more confidence back, because as 7 and 8 year olds, they always feel like they need to have the right answer. So to be able to do these on chart paper and then to bring them out and even show what they've grown after units are over, they really enjoyed that. And so I've used it for years in this type of unit, but also in other things that I've done as well. So hopefully you guys are able to use graffiti walls in your classroom too.